Where should I put the camera to begin with? Dum 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 dum. Came for the riddle, stayed for the diddly. Oh, with who's here? A couple people here already. Warrior, cyborg. Let's just remove these for now, so you guys can see the trains a bit better. Dum 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 dum. There you go. Put it here for now. I'll say hi to everyone properly in a moment. Okay. Who have we got? Let's see, who have we got? Just a minute. Come on. Let's see, who have we got? We have... Come on, stupid chat. Mason, Tyler, Pokemama, Rob, and Eric. That seems to be everyone for now. What about Noel Edmonds? Dun, dun, dun. Okay. So, welcome everyone. So, as the title of the stream, as I said earlier, I was able to finish this week's film that I usually watch with my parents. I was able to watch it in one sitting yesterday, which means tonight I've got time for a live stream. I've got time to run some Hornby trains. I've been wanting to run my Class 35 that I got from Didcot on stream for a while, and now I've finally got the chance. Yeah, with the Class 35s being Western Region diesels, it's fitting that I got one from the Didcot Railway Centre, which is a Great Western Railway museum. So I'm just going to get my laptop set up here, and then we'll get the trains underway, and I'll tell you a bit more about the Class 35s and this model. Oh shit. Been silent for a while. Yeah. Mario, cyborg. Hold on. Gotta make sure my wine goes over the train. Got a drink from you, parody using Thomas Story Library adaptations. Cool, James. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'll just rest my computer's charging wire over my bin. What's Trampy? Oh, it's a Thomas fan YouTube series created by a guy called Trampy, whose mascot is a tramp steamer. Right. Laptop's plugged in now, so let's get the Class 35 underway. It's got a rake of chocolate and cream coaches behind it, two of which are Pullmans. It's going a bit too fast. I've got it pulling chocolate and cream coaches because, of course, the Great Western Railway had their coaches painted in chocolate and cream. And as I just said, the Class 35s were Western Region diesels. Hello, that real machine guy. I don't think I've ever seen you here before. Welcome. Welcome to the stream and welcome to my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Let's move my chair out the way so you guys have a better view. Now, where's my computer's mouse? I'll read that in a moment, James. Let me just get the chat up on my laptop, James, and then I'll read what you've written. Right, so... Oh, Martin's here. And I could have Scarlo's appearance on another topic and talks about IRL drama. Real life drama. That could be good. Very first story of the illustration from Very Old Engines. Nice. I'm gonna move my tripod as well because that's a little bit distracting. There we go. Let me move the iPad round a bit so that you guys have a better look at the layout over on the other side. Okay, I've moved it a bit too far over. I still want to get the that end of the layout in frame. Okay, that looks good. Hello, nicknames. Nice to see you. Oh shit, derailment! Derailment already. May need to give this track a clean bit later too. Here we are. Now, where did the derailment happen? Did the tracks come apart anywhere? Oh, I need to push these back together. There we go. Okay. Nation's official. Oh, is that another channel you have? Oh, you have Peppa Pig. You have a Peppa Pig profile picture now. Do you nicknames? So you've got George there. You don't want to fucking know. That'd be hilarious. Well, anyway, it's nice to see you all. I haven't let everyone else know we've started yet. I'm only having one cider tonight, so let's open this. first swear of this stream. So, let me just let everyone else know that we've started, and then I'll tell you a bit about the Class 35s. Oh, shit. And it still isn't funny. It wasn't funny before, and it still isn't funny. Unlucky Tug. Everyone who hates Unlucky Tug are arrogant bastards. I guess that's true. Probably true. Yeah, it is. Rum, 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 rum. Riddly diddly. Hold on, guys. Just hold on a moment. I'm still looking at the chat. And I could have a bit where Sandra says his waifu is a liar despite loving her. Warrior side. Hey Jacob, nice to see you. Join the chat with James. Yeah, a little bit dead. It's nice to see that Jacob's joined us. Running a class 35 tonight, Jacob. I'm just letting everyone else know that we've started. And then Grizzly Bear. Yeah, oh no, not again. It's the second Pullman coach that always seems to come off. Yeah, I do have a grizzly bear. Yes, the Class 35s are Bear's basis. Bear in the Railway series. Got it at Didcot, Jacob, which is fitting as the Class 35s are Western Region diesels. Oh, not again! Yeah, something's wrong with the track over there. Something is wrong with the track over there. You seem to be getting a bit too close to the wires. Hold on. But yeah, Jacob, I got this at Didcot Railway Centre as their Western Region diesels, the Class 35s. This particular model I got, okay, so now I'll start talking about. So this particular model I got is a Triang era model, and hello Don, nice to see you. Why are you shirtless? Yeah, it's hot in my room. It often is. That's why I'm often shirtless in these running session screens. So as I was saying, this particular Class 35 model I got at Didcot for about £45. Which ain't too bad. It runs pretty well despite its age. It can haul a decent load. It sounds good. I did feel like getting a few more diesels as well. I was hoping to come home from Didcot with either a second-hand Castle, a King, or maybe a 2800, but this'll do. This is still fitting as their Western Region diesels. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the first coach that my 35 is pulling, the first coach my 35 was pulling, the Pullman called, what's that Pullman called? Agatha. The first coach of one of the Pullmans I've got, Agatha, it's got working lights inside that turn on whenever the layout has current running through it. I don't know, you can't see them on stream, but I'll give you guys a close-up of the working lights later. If you didn't kid me. So yeah, 45 quid for this model wasn't bad at all. Though it beats. Though of course it doesn't beat my Duchess class. Which my 30 quid Duchess class, which is an absolute steal. So what do you guys think of this Class 35 model? Yeah, as I said, I did want to get a few more diesels. Grizzly bear. We need to think about what to call this, I need to think about what to call this, Class 35. Oh shit, not again. Might try and run the train the other way round. See if that lowers the chance of derailments. I want a bear-related name for my Class 35, as it's a grizzly bear with a loud engine. Winnie seems too obvious a name, so yes, indeed, yeah. Is Jacob JCB still there? I've seen someone on Twitter made a thread criticizing some miserable review of Tobias and the Arcane Merchant. What an absolutely scathing negative review, James. They're both shows, I know. Yeah, I know them both. The Class 35s were withdrawn in the late 70s, actually, Don. They were built in the 60s. Yeah, of course, they were superseded by the superior HSTs. Harry the High Mech? That's a good name. Train Guy, welcome to the stream, by the way. Harry's a good name. I'll put a pin in that. So they were built by Bayer Peacock. They were built by Bayer Peacock so the Class 35s were built by Bayer Peacock in Manchester between 1961 and 1964. 101 of them were built. But the Class 35s are quite rare nowadays. Only 4 of them were preserved. My genius is scary. Yeah. Chain of question marks? It broke. YouTube comparison comparing Season 5 to All Engines Go? Seriously? How ridiculous. I don't think I've ever seen a Class 35 in person. Well, not a full-scale one anyway, but I think they're pretty underrated diesels. Though the Eastbourne Miniature Railway, which I talked about briefly in last Friday's stream, they've got a miniature Class 35 called Eastbourne Herald. Derailed again. Yeah, they've got a Class 35 called Eastbourne Herald, which I've ridden behind a few times, but that's the closest I've ever gotten to riding behind a full-size Class 35. I've only ever been pulled by a 7¼ gauge Eastbourne Herald. I haven't been pulled by a full-scale Class 35 yet. Hey Eric. Saw some 52 on the way to Tamworth yesterday. Saw a Class 52 on the way to Tamworth. Cool. Shame the Class 35s didn't even get 20 years working life. The last one was withdrawn from service only 14 years after they were first introduced. So before the HSTs even entered service. What a big shame. Then again, I guess the Class 52 Westerns were overall better suited to express trains than the Class 35s, but they still could have been kept on. The Class 35 still could have been kept on for secondary expresses. Yeah, I'm reading on Wikipedia that they ran Paddington to Cardiff and Swansea services, the Class 35s, as well as pick up freights. Oh, and on secondary passenger trains around Bristol. And on Paddington to Hereford services too. Let's slow it down a bit. That'll hopefully reduce the risk of derailment. That's what Wikipedia says. Went to a model show on Saturday? Nice. Not a creative colour. Green is not a creative colour. .35s were capable of 90 miles an hour according to Wikipedia. They were mixed traffic engines for Class 35s. They were also used as bankers on the Lickey Incline. Ugh. Right, that's it. I'm removing. That's it. I'm removing Rosemary from the train. Can't have it. I can't have it constantly derailing. That's it. Right. This is now a 4-coach train. That's it. I'm removing. That's it. I was exhibiting? Cool. Percy the Ruddy Green Nitwit? Nice. Is Don still there? Many unsuitable designs of diesels were rushed into service, and the Class 35 was one of those. The requirement for electric train supply in the in the Mark II coaches placed all diesel hydraulic locomotives at a disadvantage, resulting in the early withdrawal of the high necks. And 4 have now been preserved. I'm in Sam Norman's arson set. Yeah, as I said, 4 Class 35s were preserved, 2 of which are currently operational. 2 at the West Somerset Railway, D70... 2 at the West Somerset Railway, D70117. Yeah, 2 at the West Somerset Railway, D7017 and D7018. 1 at the Severn Valley Railway, D7029, and 1 at the East Lancashire Railway, D7076. D7029 is still undergoing major restoration. You might be seeing your Class 35 soon. Nice. Classic CBD shows. Talk about 17 if I was meant to be on BBC Two. Wait, is that true? Season 5 was meant to be aired on BBC Two. Are you still there, Dom? I don't think I knew that. But where Trevor shows up. God. Class 35. Right, we'll give the 35 a few more laps and then we'll switch engines. Oh yeah, I was going to think of a name for it, for him. So I want a name that somehow references bears. As you know, bear is a class 35. Hello Nathan, nice to see you. No, giving him a nickname. I know it's a real engine. Just want to give him a nickname. This particular model, I mean. Whatever aired on terrestrial television. Most likely have aired it on Channel 4. I'd have assumed they'd aired it on CITV, as that was the original stomping grounds of Thomas. Televised Thomas. Let's have a look at the number then. Let's see if this is one of the preserved Class 35s. This one is modelled D7063, so it's not one of the preserved ones. D7063 is one of the scrapped ones. Naming a real-life engine is crazy. What? It's... Just want to give it a nickname. The Great Western Railway name their engines all the time. Oh, hi, A. Smith. Games of PS2, 007 games, Agent on the Fire and Nightfire. Nice. Yeah, but yeah, as I was saying, I want a bear kind of name for this Class 35. Name that references bears, and no, I'm not going to call him Winnie, because that's too obvious. Or Teddy, or Theodore, because those are also too obvious. So yeah, I want a bear-related name for my Class 35. Paddington Bear. Calling him Paddington is too obvious as well. Not just because there's already a bear called Paddington, but also the Class 35's pulled trains out of Paddington. Let's see. List of fictional bears. I've got it. I'll call my Class 35 Vincent, after Vincent the Bear from the DreamWorks film Over the Hedge. I've settled for Vincent because that sounds like a very diesely name to me. That does sound like the sort of name a diesel locomotive would have. So yeah. And also it shares the same name with the bear character from Over the Hedge. So yeah, Vincent is now the Class 35's name. Does everyone like that name? Oh, cool. Yeah, I think Vincent is a very suitable name for my Class 35. And if I'm remembering correctly, I named my N2, if I'm remembering correctly, I named my N2, Nelson. My B-17 was already called Everton. I'm still yet to name my B-12, though. And my Dean Goods. I've decided to name my Class 91 Ian. After the Class 91 character that I'd introduced for, thingy. Thanks, train guy. You can't just give a new name to an already existing engine. It's not really an official name, Stan. It's more of a nickname. If the engine already has a nameplate on it, then I'll just go it. If the engine, my rules for naming my locos are if it's already got a nameplate on it, then I just call it by whatever its nameplate says. But if it doesn't have a nameplate, which my Class 35 doesn't, then I give it a nickname. So my N2 is called Nelson. My J72 is called Sparky, as you know. Oh, but I do need a name for my B12, though. The name Joanne, and it's fine for me. That's a nice name for a 4MT. You still there, Stan? Oh, and his Pokemon is still there. Class 35. Yeah, as I said, I do think the Class 35s are underrated, and I do wish more than 4 had been preserved. I guess the reason I've never seen a full-size Class 35 in person is because I live nowhere near any of the railways where the owner preserved Class 35. After some of the Alright, we'll give Vincent a few more laps and then switch engines. Is everyone still there? Chat seems to have gone a bit quiet. Still there, Stan? It even sounds like a growling bear right now. My class 35. Class 30. Oh, James is back. I want to start on subject to view of devotion, Dawn Story Library adaptation, similar to our original books. Nice. Are you still there, Stan? Oh, you are still there. Oh, you are still there, great. It sounds like a dying motor. Only because I'm running it at slow speed. It can actually go a bit... It can actually go a lot faster. I'm not currently on maximum power. I'm just running at this speed at the moment to minimise the risk of derailment. Hello, Time Lad. Nice to see you. We got Carl get the illusion pictures jumped off the page and signed, did he? Nice. Yeah, but you can still hear the wheels going round. What I meant was that the senses of them not so interested around that time 4 would have been perfectly networked for them prior to season 6 airing on COTV. Yeah. Yeah, the classic series should logically have always been aired on CITV. Who do you think should be the narrator? I don't know. I have no idea. Canadian cartoon feature reimagining tugs. Cool. Yeah, I guess even my Class 35 model, it's living up to its nickname of grizzly bears right now. Yeah, they're known as either Hymex or grizzly bears. And they were given the nickname grizzly bears due to how loud their engines were. I keep saying, Stan, I will put my layout onto a baseboard eventually. But right now, I need to focus. Right now, most of my time and energy is being focused on raptor dogs. Oh yeah, I have seen those YouTube poops. Time lad. Okay. I'm gonna swap engines in a moment. You don't have a layout in the first place? Well... I still count this as a layout. If it's double O gauge track, it counts as a layout. If it's double O gauge track and it's got models based on real engines, then counts as a layout. Hell, I even count my the Redcliffe and Guinea Bridge Railway downstairs as a layout. Right. I'm just gonna have the Class 35 sit in the siding here, so it's still on camera. Sorry, I mean Vincent. I'll just have Vincent sit in the siding here, so it's still on camera. Later in the stream, I guess I'll give my 225 Ian a run. But for now, let's have my B12. I know my B12 is often the second engine I run on these streams, but, you know, it's just easy to put on the tracks, and it just seems to always behave itself when it's going round. Right then. And off it goes. Yeah, this is a good speed for it to run at. This is a good speed for it to run at for now. Are you just going to build end-to-end or a loop? It's probably going to be a loop, Stan. And I'll need an animation team on story library. Overseas one. Jim and Joe went on a panty raid. That was just your part. That was just a thing, Stan. As in the bear from over the hedge? Yes, Time Lad. I did indeed decide to name my Class 35 after the bear from over the hedge because Vincent just sounds like a very diesel-y name to me, like the name a diesel would have, and B because the Class 35s had the nickname Grizzly Bears. That was one of the nicknames the Class 35s had, so at least according to Jacob JCB, so yeah. Yes. My Class 35 is indeed named after Vincent the Bear from over the hedge. Have to control things? Technically the same goes for loop layouts, because if the train starts derailing, you do have to control it. And if you have a very complicated layout, that requires a lot of signalling controls. But yeah, as I said, Time Lad, you're right. I did name Vincent the Class 35 after Vincent the Bear. You're a girl, are you, LY Productions? Oh, well, I'm sorry if I accidentally misgendered you in the past, but, welcome to the stream regardless. LY Productions. Oh, no. Stan said the train shouldn't derail at all, and look what happens. It's not like your trains didn't derail on camera whenever you did running session streams, Stan, because they did. I remember your trains often derailed on stream when you did running session streams. Granted, not as frequently as mine do, but still, your layout was your old layout wasn't impervious to derailments. Mr. Bounce fails at life. Shouldn't be a thing you have to do all the time. You need to restart. Yeah, that's why I do need to eventually get this layout onto a baseboard and actually nail it down with track pins. That way derailments will be far less likely. Also because of your track laying, you solved it. Saw the issue ages ago? Nice. Terminator motor at all? Yeah. And then parodying the Terminator. I do think Over the Hedge is one of the most underrated films in history. Not enough people seem to talk about Over the Hedge. Even today, I still like it. It's not Pixar levels of good, but it's still very enjoyable. Is it me, not my layout? Okay, that's fair. To be fair, I also often cause derailments. Oh, bugger. Oh, one of the coaches derailed, then re-railed itself. Oh, shit. Oh, never mind, it's off. Part of the reason I now run my trains at slower speeds than I used to is because oh shit, now it knocked into the side of my wall. As I was saying, the reason I now run my trains at slightly slower speeds. Oh shit! Fucking hell. Back up. Back up. Stop. As I was saying, the reason I now run my trains at slightly slower speeds than before is because because of what Stan said about running at realistic speeds, realistic scale speeds, and B, simply to lower the chance of derailment, which doesn't seem to be working right now. Put the controller slightly on lower power than before. Right, so what's the chat been saying? Do you know any other DreamWorks films besides Shrek and Madagascar and Over the Hedge? Obviously we've got the Kung Fu Panda ones, but they're not my thing. And How to Train Your Dragon, but that's not my thing either. Around third radius curves? Oh, I see. Yeah, if they're third radius, then that makes sense. 2019? Plonk your layout. The layout you have to... Okay, maybe I do need a slightly smaller layout than this if I want to get it onto a baseboard, but I do want to try and retain as much of this layout as possible once I move it onto a baseboard. My layout is trash. The reason my layout is how it is, Stan, is because I just wanted it to take up as much space in my room as possible. I wanted the trains to have as long of a run as possible, and also I didn't want it to just be a generic oval, because that's too cliche. I wanted a bit more of an interesting shape for my layout. There's no fiddle yard, the curves are unrealistic, and it's a really poor track layout. Yeah, the fiddle yard is where you can take the trains off and put them back on, and put new ones on. Yeah, maybe I do need a fiddle yard, now that you mention it, Stan. The closest thing I have to a fiddle yard right now is this goods yard by the station. I guess I could somehow make this into my fiddle yard. Closest. Need a design help? Maybe I will get a hand with you, Stan. Mainly for when I transfer it to my baseboard. Room for only a tiny fiddle yard on mine? Yeah, that I understand. Can only really hold engines? Oh, I see. In a moment, I'm gonna get my 225 running. Yeah, I'm gonna get my 225 running at the moment. And move the B12 and its train into that layout. Into the siding the 225 is currently in. Give that a bit of... So yeah, then I'll give... So yeah, after that, I'll give my 225 a bit of a run. Then I'll... Then I'll maybe give my Duchess a run. And a couple tank engines, maybe. And then I'll finish the stream by running my Class 35 again, as my Class 35 is the star of the show tonight, as this is the first time I've ever run my Class 35 on stream. In a moment, I'm also going to move my camera to another position. Is everyone still there besides Stan? I know Stan's still there, but is everyone else still there? I reckon my B12 can go a little bit faster, actually. From what I'm seeing on camera, it looks to be scale speed of about 60 miles an hour. Yeah, I'll put the speed up slightly. Put the speed up slightly. No, I do not time lapse. Oh, James is still there. Is Stan still there? Bean, Thomas, James, Toby, Henry, and Gordon. Cool. Alright, let's move the camera now. We'll put it... I will put it... I'll put it... here, perhaps? Yeah, here. Beside my, Oh, Stan's just DM'd me something. Hang on a sec. Oh, Neon's here. Lovely. Hello, welcome. I've just moved my camera, Neon. Just trying to think of the best place to put it now. I'll just put it closest to my door now. Just put it closest to my door now. Oh shit. Yeah, I'll put it here for now. Oh shit. Here we go, we'll just leave it here for now. Good evening. Running session's going well, thank you, Neon. Yeah. The others are making the 35 welcome? Yes, they are. Okay, Stan's just DM'd me something. Let's have a look. Oh, bugger! Hang on. Oh, dear. Oh, you are still there. Can you stay, Salameo? This is definitely the baseboard design you need. Yeah, from what you sent here, from what you've drawn there, Stan, that looks good. Wired and laid. Nor can I. DCC fitted. And then once your new layout's up and running, Stan, you're going to start doing running session streams again. Like shunting streams. There we are. Right, let's get on the way. Yeah, I think that derailment just then was my fault. I may I think the train may have gotten caught on my trousers. Still there, Neon? Actually building the layout or repairing it? Nice. Oh, that reminds me, Stan. I do need to give this layout a clean in a moment. So Neon, if you're still there, Neon, let me just show you my Class 35 close up. Here it is. I've decided to name, and Neon, if you're still there, I've decided to name my Class 35 Vincent, after Vincent the Bear from Over the Hedge. A, because Vincent sounds like a very diesel-y name to me, if that makes sense. And B, just because Grizzly Bears was one of the nicknames for the Class 35s, the other nickname being Hymex. And also because Bear is a Class 35. Handsome Loco. Vincent sounds good. Bit later on, Neon, I'm gonna run Vincent again towards the end of the stream. Non-working logos. You might run some, repair them and sell off. That'll be a good business. Over the Hedge. Yeah, it is a good film. Yeah, Over the Hedge is pretty underrated in my opinion. It's not as good as... It's not Pixar level good, but it's... I do like it still. Okay, I'm going to give my B12 a few more laps, then switch to my Intercity 225. For that, though, I need to think of a name for my B12. And I guess I should also think of a name for my Ginty too. Hello, Matthew. Jim. I've got the perfect name for my Ginty. We want a proper engine, not a red monster. I've got the perfect name for my Ginty. I'll call my Ginty Jim. Jim the Ginty. That sounds like a good name, guys, don't you think? Jim the Ginty almost sounds like a parody name for Thomas the Tank Engine. Jim the Ginty almost sounds like a parody Thomas name. What does everyone think of that? Right, there's a Dread Demon in the job. Jittery. No, Ginty, Matthew. That's what these tank engines were called. So what does everyone think of that? Me calling my Ginty Jim? Might run Jim in later. Guess my Dean Goods needs a name too. Jim Kimmel. You still there, Stan? And he's just messaged me again. Oh, he's just messaged me again. Not the two on the top shelf. Honestly, I wouldn't mind getting a class 55, 50 and 37 as well. Of course, I'm already getting a 43 for my birthday, an HST. Middle mainline HST for my birthday is what I'm going to ask for. Neon, what do you think of me calling my Ginty Jim? Oh, derailment again. It's just completely fainted off the track. I think part of the problem is on the power supply rail, I think part of the problem is on the power supply rail, the rails are slightly out of alignment, so I think that's partly what's causing the derailment. Yes, I did, Matthew. That was only the easy path. I could attempt the medium and hard parts in future ones, but you just have to see. Actually, sod it. I'll swap the B12 out for Jim now, and he's just going to pull 3 of these coaches. Gonna pull. Riddly diddly riddly diddly riddly diddly. And he's just gonna pull 3. Yeah, I'll just take both Pullmans off now, because Ginties would never have pulled Pullmans in passenger service. Unless, of course, there's on heritage railways. Be back in 20? Alright. Robot Wars, Robot Dino. You did, Stan, and you did a great job. In fact, you fixed most of my engines for me, which I appreciate. Right, let's get Jim going. Needs a bit of help. Come on, Jim, you can do it. It's only 3 coaches, you can do it. And he's just slipped off the rails. Come on, you can do it, Jim. Come on. For some reason, Jim seems to run better backwards. Yeah, you did. Yes, you did. What are they? Spooderman. Oh, God, James. Actually, why don't we have Sparky and Jim top and tailing this train? Even though these are GWR coaches and neither of them are GWR engines. But sod it, we'll have these 2060s top and tailing this train. And then after this, I'll give my 225 a run. Oh, and Jim's already slipped off. Top and tailing. There we are. Give him a nice run. You've just reviewed episode 48. Men in Black. Yeah, no chance of a Men in Black VHS review, I'm afraid. That's much too copyright sensitive. Oh, derailed already. I'll just slow it down a bit. Minimise the risk of derailment. Oh. Okay, this top and tail doesn't seem to be working. Jim keeps derailing. Jim's wheels also seem to keep locking. Seems Jim could do with an oil. Oh, bugger. Yeah, Jim could definitely do with an oil. Oh! Vix, you filled out number 2's tank today? Yeah, I remember. You sent me a video of that. Film with Will Smith? Nice. That went well, thank you, Matthew. Giggity giggity goo. Giggity giggity giggity. Okay, maybe now. Maybe now Jim will work. Actually, maybe a double header would be better. Maybe if they were double heading, they'd be less likely to derail. With double head. Maybe double head. Or double heading. Right. Oh. Seized up completely. Seizure. Who else but Quagmire? It's not mine. You never really know what he's gonna do next. He's Quagmire, Quagmire. Yeah, the Ginty seems to be holding the rails this time. Yeah, with nothing behind it, there was nothing to keep it from slipping off the track. Let's have sex. Oh, and now it's jerked. Yeah, I think that's the problem. The power rails are slightly out of alignment. The power rail here is slightly out of alignment. Maybe I definitely ought to move the power supply over to a straight section of track rather than have it be in the middle of these two curves, because that seems to be part of the cause of the derailments on my layouts. You couldn't find a balance of those we had to fill right away? I see. Yeah, the balancer to balance out the water level on the other side. I'm gonna move the camera again. Hold on, it looks like Jim's come off again. I think the problem with Jim is that I think Jim's wheel flanges are quite worn, which is why he's derailing so much. Worn. No. Yeah, I think the wheel flanges are pretty worn. Worn. Tunnel tank. No, it won't be March 12th. That's much too soon. I haven't ordered the replacement VHS yet. Nigerian food. Yeah, this is a good thing. Actually, we'll move it over. We'll move the camera over slightly, keeping the tunnel in frame. Okay, this isn't working for Jim, so let's just have him run. He can pull this train on his own, can't he? Yeah, he doesn't seem to be handling. Seems to be handling it okay now. What he's gonna do next? Move it over a little bit further. A little further back, actually. Just trying to get it in exactly the right position. Position I'm exactly happy with. Yeah, that's good. I'll leave it there. See, even at low speeds, it keeps slipping off. Yeah, I think the wheel flanges are really worn. Stan, is that why Jim keeps derailing Stan? Because the wheel flanges are too worn? Or the wheels in general? Worn. Replacement VHS gonna be? I don't know. Chicks all over the world. So Quagmire is so pervy. Right. Now I guess I'll get Ian out, my Intercity 225. Come on, Ian, you can do it. That's it. That's it, Ian. Oh, and he got caught on my bed. Oh. And he got... Push the rails back together, sit a little. Just let Ian run in a little bit. There we are. Lovely stuff. Maybe. Hello, John. Nice to see you. What is this doing? Nah. Shirtless. Oh, I'm often shirtless when I do these streams because it often gets hot in my room. That's easy for you to say. Oh, it's already on full power. Yeah, give the 225 a run. And then maybe switch to either Tornado or Britannia. Oh, for fuck's sake. Now the tracks have completely separated here. I can actually see the... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. No, 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 no. Stay. Stay. In fact, shut off power. Hold on, guys. Stay. Oh, there's someone here. Looks like there's someone else here. Just put the speed up. Go see who it is. Oh, it's James. It's just James. Condom jerk. There you go. You could actually see the sparks earlier. Yeah, I definitely need to replace my powered section of track. Definitely need to replace my power section. Still there, Stan? Seems to keep jerking here. What's on the table? Oh, just some more trains. Right, guys, I'm just going to go get some cotton to clean the track with. Hopefully that will get my 225 running a bit better. Just give me a moment. Right, I've got them. Has anything happened in the chat since I was gone? Oh, derailment again. It's because they keep jerking. Cotton? Yeah, cotton wool to clean the track with. Dampened cotton wool. That's what Stan advised me to use. So that's what I'm doing. Look at it go. Look at it derail. Hang on, just back up the 225 because that's where the this curve is where it keeps stopping. Oh yeah. Hold on, right, so now let's clean this. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah. Hang on, I'll bring my phone over here so I can read the chat. Ding dang, walla ding bang. Ding dang, walla bang bang. Right. Hold on, guys. Here's some magic words. Juvenile jokes they make. Just a minute. Right, I'm just going to bring my phone over so I can read the chat while I'm cleaning the track. Quagmire used the magic words. Quagmire. Yeah, I used to think Quagmire's name was pronounced Quagmire. Don't ask me why, I just did. Okay. I think that's all the dirt on this curve brought up. All the... What about under my chest of drawers? Starts tomorrow night. Oh, it won't be able to. No, I still haven't had a chance. I'm really busy with Raptor Dogs right now. I've been really busy with Raptor Dogs right now. I've been emailing loads of people, trying to get people on board in preparation for when I send my Arts Council England application off to fund the pilot episode with. If the grant doesn't work, there are other arts funding grants I can try, and hopefully have a better application laid out for them. I'm over a month late sending my Arts Council application, but I'm determined to, but before the end of next week. I'm slowly but surely getting my whole team together. So yeah, that's part of the reason I haven't had time to do as many gaming videos as I did at the start of the year. But I will eventually do a couple more Star Fox 64 gameplays on the medium and hard routes. Oh, there's so much dirt coming up on this end. Lovely. Yeah, but Stan's right. I should get a track rubber. That would make it a bit easier. Hello, Spyro Kirby. Nice to see you. No. I started development, Matthew, not production. Development as in writing the scripts. Can't believe it's already March. Nor can I, Train Guy. Welcome back, and welcome back, Neon. Welcome back, both Train Guy and Neon. Yeah, I think part of the reason is because keeps derailing here is because the 225 seats keep knocking on my bed. Yeah, Neon, I've now got my 225 running. Just gave the rails a bit of a clean. Seems to be running a bit more smoothly now, though it does seem to keep losing power here. And it's stopped again already. Yet another derailment. Oh shit. Yeah, it seems to have hit the wire under my chest of drawers. Hold on. Oh! Oh no, it hit the corner of my wall. If I move my layout one way, if I move the layout away from one obstruction, it gets too close to another. It went well. Oh my god. You know what? Stan's right. My layout is a bit trash. It does seem to get a bit too close to my the corner of my wall. Finishing a sketch. Sexting stuff, yes. Were you able to make a start on Lord Terrorguise, on the drawing of Lord Terrorguise this evening, Neon? Was one of them Lord Terrorguise, or are you still doing that drawing of Cobalt? Excess tape, like loads of tape that's got like nothing on it at the end of a VHS. Wait. Okay, you can go. But actually stay on the track this time. Tutu, please, Ian. An iconic classic? Yeah, I remember that. John Penis Man. Okay, it's a bit better now. You do apologise? Well, that's okay. Would be nice if we could make a start some point next week, though. Oh, and it's left its train, and the Class 91 has left its train behind. Ian has left his train behind. Because the first coach decided to derail. I'll read the chat again on the mode, just let me put Ian back on the tracks. Oh yeah, Neon, I was naming... Oh shit. I decided to name all my other trains too. My Class 91 is now called Ian, Neon. Just for the morning? Oh, nice. 316, nice. Trains on 5 lines, you've only got 1 loop now. Your old layout sounds awesome, Train Guy. The V with a penis. Oh. I can't remember the reason, Matthew. And my Ginty is now called Jim. Jim the Ginty. Do you like that name, Neon? Jim the Ginty? Jim the Jim. Okay, maybe I'm just running it a bit too fast. Turn the dial down slightly. Okay. Really. I'll just push the wire back a bit. Yeah, what do you think of that name, Neon? Jim the Ginty. The Ginty. What's going on? Why is Ian deciding to slip off the tracks tonight? Birthday is this Saturday? Well, happy birthday for Saturday. Happy birthday for next Saturday. Spyro Kirby. Are you still there, Neon? Now it just seems to stop completely. Now Ian just seems to stop completely. You like the name Jim the Ginty? Yeah, so do I. Got a very nice ring to it. Oh, this is that knock knock joke where you just keep saying knock knock over and over again, isn't it, James? Oh, Doctor. Scraping slightly against the tunnel. Knock knock. Knock. Knock knock. Who's there? Knock knock. Who's there? Knock knock. Who's there? Knock knock. Who's there? Okay, all this jerking just seems to keep derailing Ian. It's just Martin. If Ian keeps derailing, I'll try running him DVT first. Or maybe I'll just swap the position of Ian and the DVT and run him round the other way. See if that solves the derailment issues. The other way. Yeah. Still there, Neon? You need that new formula. Oh, make it stop, Krabs. Make it stop. Oh, Neon's just uploaded his thing. You still there, Neon? Oh, we got another jerky derailment. Yeah, I'll just swap the position of the DVT and Ian. And I'll run him the other way round now. I'll run him the other way round now. See if that solves the derailment issues. It's the derailing. Yeah. Let's see if this solves the derailment issues. Yeah, let's see if this works. That was a good one, Squidward. You banged the coaches hard enough to make a leak in anything. Ooh, kinky. Got to watch with interest. Okay, it seems to be holding the rails a lot better this time than the jerking. And it doesn't seem to be jerking either. Plus I just think it looks better coming towards the camera from that side. Yeah, it's running so much better this way round. Something sticky splashed all over James. Something sticky and white, if you know what I mean. And no, it's not glue or milk. It's something that begins with the letter C. Well, it was blocked for a while, but then for some reason it was unblocked. Must have been manually, the claim must have been released. Yeah, eventually I'm gonna get it. Oh, and it's left its train behind again. Thankfully it doesn't look like it's derailed though. I am still yet to get a couple more coaches for my Intercity 225. Eventually I intend to have a realistic 9-car 225 with 9 coaches plus DVT and the Class 91, of course. Should be back in the formula. She is black, she's white before. What's grey and ugly and has 6 arms? What's purple and handsome and has 2 orange wings? The answer, Spyro. And Ian's left his train behind again. It'll be very cute. What's grey and ugly and has 6 arms? I don't. But have you looked in the mirror lately? What the? Did Squidward look in the mirror lately? What's grey and ugly and has 6 arms? And when the paper that fell in the ocean, it got wet. Oh! Riddly diddly, riddly diddly. All washed up. Yeah, that's a classic one. Hey, little Squidward, what's grey and ugly? I'll put the Class 35 on again when Neon returns. Either when he returns or when Electro shows up, so that they can both see it in action, because they haven't seen the 35 in action yet. Want to see something cuts. All washed up. It seems to be working fine now. Yeah, the 225 does seem to be a lot more comfortable running anti-clockwise. Seems to be holding the rails a lot better. It's almost fun when I use shell card. Cyborg. Real impression. Oh, you bellend! My voice is actually quite close to Will's. Oh, you bumder! That's a good one. Oh, you'd like my lip, wouldn't you? Right round your bell end, if Mr. Chippy doesn't get there first. What do you mean, no, Spyro Kirby? You train it plus this. Just needs to get blow up. Sandy blows him up. No doubt with Texas dynamite. Just move my iPad slightly further back to give you guys a bit of a wider view. Yeah, slightly wider view for you guys there. I can see tracks separating a bit there. Dum dum dum. It comes out of nowhere. That was always annoying. That was always that was always a face palming moment. Heard of it, I've never seen it though. Where did that blue shell come from? Your mother. Sorry. It's like a bit of bumping with someone walks in. Mark and Jeremy impression. I don't know who Mark and Jeremy are. Sure, I'll be here too. Soon, you two. Not sure what the Peach Show is. The Blue Show ruins friendships? It does. Well, I've never seen the Peach Show, so I can't do an impression of them. Really do. Yeah, I've never seen it. So I'm supposed to be an impression of them. as soon as I've gotten enough money to order a couple more VHSs, which I currently don't have. The only reason I was able to do a review of that Reflections on Western Steam documentary is because it was only £2 from Didcot. Yeah, I came home from Didcot not only with that VHS, but also my Class 35. Well, people watching, nice. Bought a Hornby 040 yesterday. Cool train guy. Welcome back. Hornby 040, nice. Was it a D1 or a 101 train guy that you bought? Still need to use this spare track to add an extra track to my layout. Still need to double up my layout. And then SWR 101. Oh, cool. My 101 is in this lovely royal blue livery. No idea what E and GR stands for though. Oh, I know where my D1's in the shed. Oh wait, no it isn't. I thought my D1 was in the shed. I have two D1s right now. You can see Thomas is hiding behind there. Oh, hi Electro, nice to see you. Hornby trains before we start the Trump VHS review. Oh, my parents just took them down. I didn't tell them to move them, they just did it for me. Well, now that you're here, Electro, I guess I'll bring out the train that's the star of tonight's show again. Class 35. Just been running my Intercity 225, as you can tell, Electro. Let me just move it into the siding. Let me just move it into the sidings. Oh, and it's left its train behind again. And then I'll bring it out and show it to you, Electro. The star of tonight's show. There we are. Tonight's show. Okay. Hold on, I'm just trying to find my... I'll find my 101 later. Very nice. Right, Electro, so... This is the lovely lad who's the star of tonight's show, Electro. Class 35 high-mech diesel. 101 of these were built between 1961 and 1964, but sadly they only had a 14-year working life. All of them were withdrawn by 1975. And they're quite rare in preservation now, with only 4 preserved. But I think the Class 35s are pretty underrated diesels, Electro. So what do you think of them? DVD collection? Maybe eventually, Matthew. So what do you think of my Class 35 Electro? Now then, let's get it on the move again. Recalled and never recovered after so long? That's right, Electro. Much like many of the early BR diesels. Much like many of the early British Rail diesels. Recalled and never recovered after so long. Yep. But at least we have 4 third-class 35s in preservation, and the Class 35s were a lot more successful than some of the other Type 1, than some of the other early BR diesels with faulty engines. The Class 35s were nicknamed high-mechs after the company that built them. And they had another nickname too. They were known as grizzly bears because of how loud their engines were. The Class 35s had engines that sounded like roaring bears. Hence the Class 35 in the Railway series, hence the Class 35 in Thomas is called Bear Electro. That's fine, Pokemama. I will eventually, Matthew, but I don't know when. I've decided to name my... Right, so let's now get this Class 35 running again. So, Electro, I've decided to name my Class 35 Vincent after Vincent the Bear from Over the Hedge. And I named him Vincent because Oh, cool, Pokemama. I named him Vincent because Vincent just sounds like a very diesel-y name to me, like the name a diesel locomotive would have. And B, with Vincent being named after a bear, which is what the Class 35s were nicknamed, I just felt it would be appropriate to name him after a bear. So do you like that name, Electro? Do you like the name Vincent, Electro? No, Matthew, I named my Class 35 after Vincent the Bear from Over the Hedge. Well, shall I see? Pingus! I'll just let Neon know you're here, Electro. Are you still there, Electro? Oh. And it's derailed again. Hang on, gotta shut off power. Bugger. Right. Hold on. Yeah, that's right. Plus 35. Western region. Western region. Right then. Well. Okay, let's run it a bit slower. Yeah, it can go a little bit faster. Lovely. Grizzly bears. That's right. We have a 14 here. We have a 14 in here. We have want to see my phone name? Yeah, sure. Matthew. So it looks like I've got 100 subscribers now. Sorry, I mean it looks like Spyro has got 100 subscribers now. You want to do a subscriber special? Oh, for fuck's sake, not again. It was running so nicely the other way round. It was running so nicely the other way round. Oh, for fuck's sake. Shite. Shite. Shite, lad. Fucking shite, lad. Sorry, I shouldn't really. I don't even know why I suddenly broke into my Scottish accent there. I'm not even running any Scottish locomotives or engines that worked in Scotland right now. Though as I said earlier, the Class 35s did run into Wales. They did run Paddington to Cardiff expresses. Let's put the two Pullmans back on this train. Keeps derailing. Yeah, can't be helped though. As soon as I put it on, it lights up. I ought to get a few more Pullman coaches as well. Then I can have a full Pullman rake. And then if I get like a Merchant Navy or West Country or Battle of Britain engine, I can have it pull the Golden Arrow. Hold your horses, Vincent. There we go. Hold your horses. Oh, you're back, Electro. Now I need to go. Okay, bye, Matthew. Thank you for coming. I'll see you next Friday. What is going on here? Well, Electro, I'm trying to run my Class 35 around, but for some reason it keeps on derailing. Okay, I think we've got it now. So as I was saying, Electro, oh, for goodness sake. As I was saying, Electro, I have decided to name this Class 35 Vincent after Vincent the Bear from Over the Hedge, as A, Vincent sounds like a very Diesel-y name, and B, one of the nicknames the Class 35s had were Grizzly Bears due to how loud their engines were. So yeah, that's why I called him Vincent. Do you think that's a suitable name for my Class 35 Electro? Do you think Vincent's a suitable name for the Class 35? Oh, and it got stuck on the tunnel. Vincent was perfectly fine going clockwise round here earlier. It's so strange. Ian, my Intercity 225 is more comfortable going round anti-clockwise, but Vincent seemed more comfortable going clockwise. I don't get it. Going clockwise. Okay. So yeah, Vincent the Bear from Over the Hedge is what my Class 35 is named after. This particular model I got, Electro, was only £45. Quite a bargain if you ask me. Especially given how old the model is and how well it runs for its age. It even sounds like it's growling like a bear as it's going round. Peter's dancing Southern Bird? Yeah. I'm gonna keep going for it until 10:30 tonight, Pokemama. You still there, Electro? It is now 8:52 my time, so I'm gonna go for another 98-ish minutes. Still there, Electro? Hold on. Sounds like... Oh, I thought it didn't derailed again. Still be watching just silent? Okay, that's fine, Pokemama. It seems to be running a bit better now. Hello Mickey and SpongeBob Plush, I don't think I've seen you here before. Welcome to the stream and welcome to my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already, Mickey and SpongeBob Plush. Promo people... Spaz. Seriously, James? Christ alive. Seize the girls. You're a noob here. Well, you'll be a pro in no time, Mickey and SpongeBob Plush. It's nice to see you. Nice to see you. That's always nice to see new people here. Right now, I'm running the star of tonight's stream, my Class 35. What am I singing? Cruella de Vil. How do I get so many subscribers? Well, just part hard work, part luck. You just need to know the kind of content people want to see. What a pussy. Is someone get offended by swearing? Yeah. In all seriousness, there are a lot of pussies in this world today. Cruella de Vil. There's a piece of me. Welcome back, Neon. Electro was just here a moment ago. And he disappeared. I was just telling him about the Class 35s. You needed to do a PC performance test and have a wash? That's fine, Neon. But yes, Neon, we've now got the star of the show running again tonight, my Class 35. I was just telling Electra about how I decided to name the Class 35 Vincent. Yeah. And the other 292. Clarified. People think he was wrong. Yeah, as I said before, the Fat Controller was right to scold Thomas the first time he screwed up, and possibly the second time too, but not the third time. Yeah, it is. Looks to be a scale speed of either 75 or 80 miles an hour at the moment. The Class 35's had a top speed of 90. So yeah, they had some louder engines, the Class 35s, and thus were nicknamed Bears. Grizzly Bears. They were numbered D700 to D100. The early withdrawal of the 35s was caused primarily by BR classifying the hydraulic transmission as non-standard. Three more. Yes, moderate speed. Yeah, moderate top speed for some locomotives. Welcome back, Electro. Send it to construction site. So, Electro, do you think Vincent is a good name for my Class 35, considering I named him after a bear, and Bear is the name of a Thomas character that's also a Class 35 with a loud engine? Vincent, rather generic, but if you like it, then that is okay. Does Vincent sound like a diesely name to you, Electro? Like the name a diesel locomotive would have? Of course we have Vincent in RRT, but he's a steam engine. Yeah, now I think about it, Vincent just sounds like a very diesely name. You don't understand what I mean by diesely? Oh, well, that's just what I think. So you said earlier on, Electro, that they were recalled and never recovered. Hi, MLP fan. We saw in the bathroom. That was the case for many of British Rail's non-standard designs, non-standard diesel hydraulic designs. But the Class 35s, while flawed, were a lot more successful than many other 1960s era BR diesels. Yeah, they were a lot more successful than many other 1950s and 60s era BR diesels. Like the Class 28s, for example, which is what Boco's basis is. The Class 28s had many mechanical issues. Their engines were even more noisy and belched out loads of smoke. Yeah, the Class 28s had even more noisy engines than the 35s. They belched out loads of smoke. Their cab windows sometimes fell out. And there were also the Class 21s and 23s that worked in the Scottish region of BR. Those actually caught fire a good number of times, if you can believe it. What do you think of that, Electro? It was just BR rushing. That was just BR rushing modernisation. wasting a whole bunch of money. They should have just kept the BR Standard series in service until the 80s and 90s and not rolled out so many flawed classes of diesel. Yeah, I genuinely think BR should have waited until the 80s and 90s to fully dieselize and electrify the network. It shouldn't have been done so soon. Ask stands back. They were too late and had to rush. Oh, BR were the ones behind. Yeah, I know America were dieselizing by the 1950s. Even so, given how successful the BR Standard series was in comparison to the early diesels, I do think the BR Standard series should have remained in service into the 80s and 90s. Are Neon and Electro still there? But then again, if it weren't for BR's rush modernisation, we wouldn't have so many unique classes of diesel out there. Hello Josh, nice to see you. Where's Electro gone? Yeah, the class 21s were even more unreliable than the class 21s were even more unreliable than the 28s. They were very unreliable. The class 21's diesel engines leaked and weren't constructed to the appropriate tolerances. Engine room fires were common and wrote off several locomotives. Oh yeah, and how can we forget about the Class 17s as well? They were unreliable too. Something which was personified in the character of Derek in Thomas Season 5 with his teething troubles. Every train has its flaws. Yeah, but many of BR's early diesels were especially flawed. all of them are mint engines. Yeah, in preservation, I agree, Stan. In preservation, they're really good, even the ones that were unreliable. I'm glad we have at least one Class 28 and one Class 17 in preservation. You train from behind and I'll push from behind. What fun! Stop making sex jokes. And I have seen the sole surviving Class 17 in person on the Severn Valley Railway. I remember seeing it departing from Bridgnorth. But I am yet to see any full-size 35s in preservation. D8568 is the preserved Class 17. They could only top 60 miles an hour though. Yeah, the Type 1 and Type 2 diesels were the most unreliable. The Type 1 and Type 2 series of diesels were BR's most unreliable. They were fitted, the Class 17s were fitted with Paxman 6ZH-XL engines. Class 17 was arguably the least successful diesel locomotive ever employed by British Railways. Crankshaft and camshaft and cylinder head problems amongst others. I'd argue the Class 21s were worse though, because the Class 21s flipping went on fire. Still there, Neon? Tyre Improvement Commission, Ruston is so cool. Is that like a diesel improvement program? Class 17s are great. They worked in the northeast. I really want a Helgen model of one. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a Class 17 model too. Yeah, the Class 17s may be great in appearance. I do like the Class 17s in terms of appearance, but it's just a huge shame they were so unreliable. They had a lot of potential, and I'm grateful for how unreliable they were. We do have one in preservation. Oh, 117 built, Class 17s built, and only one preserved. If that awful statistic doesn't prove how unreliable the Class 17s were, I don't know what will. Yeah, Class 14s are good too. You want a Class 14 from Helgen too? Yeah. So yeah, the Class 35s did have problems too. though they weren't as reliable. They weren't as unreliable as the likes of the Class 17s, 21s, and 28s. Oh, here's an interesting bit of trivia. At the time they were built, the Class 35 Hymex were the most powerful diesel hydraulic locomotives operating with a single engine. That's interesting. The Maybach MD 870. Yeah, so that the 35s also worked at Birmingham and the west of England, but they rarely went into Cornwall. They rarely went west of Plymouth. Diesel is better than steam for you at the moment. Seriously? Seriously, Stan? Nah, steam will always be best for me. Though yes, diesels are good too. You already swearing almost every sentence. What would be even better is if he swore before every noun. Like he said a swear word before every noun he says. In every noun in every sentence he says. Right, I'll give the Class 35 a few more laps, then end. Interior lighting on the first coach. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, yes, one of my Pullman coaches with the name Agatha has working lights, but they only come on when the traction current is on. If I stop the train, the lights would go out. I'd love to get a few more of these Pullmans. Working lights aren't that good on DC, nor is sound. No, I like the level of lighting in Agatha. Very nice dim lighting. Very nice dim lighting. Very warm and welcoming lighting for the passengers. It is nice. Can't really control it, especially sound. Yeah, well, I figured that out through running my DC Sound Class 56. Such a waste? Alright, true. It's fine, Electro. I was just telling Neil Electro was just telling everyone about how unreliable some of British Rail's early diesels were. Like the ones built in the 50s and 60s. mainly their Type 1 and Type 2 diesels, especially the infamous Class 17s, Class 21s, and Class 28s. Those three were the most unreliable diesels BR ever built. Whole point of the fun? Yeah. I can tell that they are. But as I said, Stan, I do like the level of light being given off in Agatha. It's nice and welcoming and warming for the passengers. But yes, the unreliable trains. Faulty engineering is an understatement, Electro. Like, for example, Electro, the Class 21s had problems like engine cooling systems being inadequate, diesel engines leaking and not constructed to the appropriate tolerances, cylinder heads fracturing, lubricating oil escaping into the battery compartments. Although these faults were electrified, the Class 21s even suffered from engine fires, which caused many of them to be written off. Can you believe that, Electro? That just proves how rushed and poorly thought out and overall terrible British Rail's modernisation programme was. Yeah, they do need to use lubricant. All trains need to use lubricant, Electro, because they have so many working parts, especially the wheels. And yeah, but they are air cooled when it comes to ventilation. It's not about the level of light. You can't turn it on and off without turning off your whole layout's power on DC. Well, I don't mind that. I don't mind Agatha's lights only being on when the train's running. Causing the boilers to explode. Well, yeah, that could happen on steam engines, Electro. But I'm talking about diesels right now. But yes, the oil pressure in diesel engines could still build up too much and cause fractures and leaks. Which as I just said, is something the Class 21s suffered from. Well, if we want them working efficiently, then yes, it's an essential indeed. Yeah, the oil pressure could still cause engine fractures, Electro. And the unreliable diesels would also belch out lots and lots of smoke. Which of course would result in engine fires. Based on read and play. Asian content free, cool. But thankfully, as I said, the Class 35s, which is the engine currently pulling this train, weren't anywhere near as unreliable as the likes of the 17s, 21s, and 28s. However, they were still withdrawn early due to being a non-standard design. Oil pressure. Are Neon and Electro still there? And as I said earlier in the stream, while I have technically been pulled by a Class 35 before, it's only the mini one, the mini 7¼ inch gauge one that the Eastbourne Miniature Railway have, which they call Eastbourne Heralds. I've never been pulled by a standard gauge one before, as of now. And his stand's still there. Right, in a moment I think I'm going to switch engines again. Oh, Electro, if you're still there, do we think we could have Rexy and Lily on tonight? It's been a while since we've seen them on one of these streams. I want to know what they think of my Class 35 too. And I want to know what they think of how unreliable those early diesels were. Rexy and Lily Electro. I was wondering if they could come on tonight because I want to know what they think of my Class 25, my Class 35, and how and what they think of the unreliability of BR's older diesels. Still there, Neon? Playing walls of £4. Oh. They cannot make it tonight? Why is that? Are they asleep? Are they asleep? Yeah, I thought so. But what do you think of how unreliable BR's early diesels were, Electro? What do you think of the Class 21s being prone to catching on fire? Let me show you a picture of the Class 21 Electro. Hang on, let me see if I can find a picture of one in colour. Oh shit. Hang on, hang on. This is what the Class 21s looked like. They were built by the North British Locomotive Works for use in the Scottish region of British Rail. These are the ones that often caught fire, and as a result had to be scrapped. Oh. Caught fire. Caught fire. Early diesels, that alone makes me realise that they were just experimental and prototypical. Good, valid reason to scrap them? Indeed, Neon. If they, as the Class 21s were so unreliable and kept catching on fire. I'm pretty sure the Class 28s also had a few engine fires. makes me realise that they were just experimental and prototypical. Yes, exactly, Electro. The main problem with BR's, you got that exactly right, Electro. The main problem with BR's Type 1 and Type 2 series of diesels was that they were all just experimental designs that BR rushed into mass production to try and hastily modernize the network, only to fail miserably. That's how most of the Type 1 and Type 2 series ended up. Yeah, just experimental designs that were mass-produced and unrefined. Can I see what I sent you on Discord? Yeah, I think so. Yes, I did see that, and I think it's funny. So a few Type 1 and Type 2 designs were successful, however. The Class 20s, for example, were a success, and 6 are still in service on the national network today, with many more preserved. But what do you actually think of the Class 21s frequently catching on fire, Electro? And I mean when they were in service pulling passenger trains, posing a genuine threat to life. Especially as they would have been pulling wooden-bodied Mark I coaches, the Class 21s. Or wooden-bodied LNER Teaks. Yeah, everyone says the Class 21s and Class 28s were the most unreliable of all, and therefore the worst, though yes, I do believe that, but yes, I do believe the 21s were the worst diesels that BR built. Awful. Just awful. They really shouldn't have rushed their modernization program. They should have kept the already tried and tested BR standard series of steam locomotives in service until they'd had a full working life, a full 40-year working life, and withdrew them in the 80s and 90s. Withdrew the BR Standard series in the 80s and 90s. And then proceeding to dieselize and electrify the network. No, I doubt I will, time lads. And speaking of the BR Standard series, let's now swap out my Class 35 for my 7MT Britannia. While we're on the subject of the BR Standard series. Wow. Yeah, the Britannias and and the single and the single 8MT that was built, Duke of Gloucester, are probably combined my two favourite BR Standard Series engines behind the 9F, which, as you all know, the 9F is my favourite one of all. When did I get my Class 35 Electro? As I said, I got it at Didcot. I got it back in February at Didcot. And it's fitting I got my Class 35 at Didcot Electro, as this is a Western Region diesel, and Didcot is a Great Western Railway museum. Yeah, the BR Western Region is what was formerly the Great Western Railway. So it's fitting I got this at Didcot. The 35s, as I said earlier, would have pulled secondary passenger trains, secondary express trains, and also fast freight trains. They were mixed traffic engines, the Class 35s, basically. They were basically the diesel equivalent of the Great Western Railway's halls. That's what I compare. That's what I compare. That's the steam engine I compare the 35s to. The GWR's halls. But BR itself, Electro, British Rail, that was the former nationalised company that ran the UK's railway, that ran Great Britain's railways. Yeah, Didcot, that's it. But British Rail itself was the former British Rail itself was the former nationalised company that oh shit. What an intercity liveried standard class would look like. Yeah, I'm sure that'll be interesting, Nathan. But yeah, as I was saying, Electro, as for British Rail itself, that was the former nationalised operator of the Great Britain's railways that existed between 1948 and 1996. They were the government-owned railway company that ran our railways in the second half of the 20th century, and they were the ones responsible for getting rid of steam on our network, on the British Railway network, and overall just introducing engines that simply didn't have a long enough service life, be they steam or diesel. The BR Standard Series was built in the late 1940s and early 50s and never got a chance to have a full 40, 50-year working life, which they quite honestly should have gotten. They were intended to last until the 1980s, and perhaps even the early 90s, but of course that never happened. Yeah, now that you mention it, Nathan, had BR's original plan for keeping their standard series of steam engines in service until the 1980s or perhaps early 90s, had that actually happened, I reckon intercity swallow liveried steam locomotives would have been reality. That would have been really interesting to see, honestly. Okay, I need to slow Britannia down a bit, because Seems to keep derailing here. Copyright. Audio. Audio. Okay, Britannia just seems to keep derailing tonight, so we'll just run the Duchess. She's up here. The Duchess. LMS. Nationalisation. Then, of course, after 1996, the whole network was privatised again. Different transportation companies bidding for franchises. Oh, for fuck's sake. Privatised. Come on. Still here? Okay, good. You just taking in everything just taking in everything I've been saying, are you? Just taking everything I've been saying in? Oh, now you are, okay. I was just saying about how our railways used to be nationalised, how they used to be state-run. But now, of course, are re-privatised under a new franchising system where private companies bid to run certain parts of the network. Well, Neon should still be here. But, as I was saying, Electro, as I was saying before, though, Electro, what do you actually think of the Class 21s actually catching fire while in service? Their engines catching fire while in service. And causing a direct risk to life with them pulling wooden-bodied coaches. Yeah, the Duchess seems to be peacefully running around the layout. So what do you think of that, Electro? This bit of track's flexible. What am I even singing? Just give Electro a moment. And he's decided to stop. You still there, Electro? Geezels? Well, I don't think there's much chance of that now. I don't even know if there's much I can say about something special. It just seems to be cutting power now. Part of my childhood, it was part of my childhood too, though. I really don't know what I could say about something special. Something sus. Genuinely, that could be a name of a something special YouTube poop, something sus. Yeah, Electro MLP fan said something about, mentioned something special, a CBB series. Mr. Tumbleweed. Yeah, Mr. Tumble was one of the characters from something special. Let's try and find a picture of... Oh, shit. Haven't heard of that before? Well, Something Special was a show specifically designed to help children with learning and communication difficulties, like autism. It was specifically designed to help neurodivergent people, autistic people, people with ADHD, and especially people clumsy and foolish. Yeah. But yeah, Something Special was a show. Something Special was a show specifically designed to help non-verbal people with sign language. Yeah, it taught sign language to people both verbal and non-verbal. It was a useful show for adults as well, because it helped to teach them about sign language. But yeah, I'm not going to do a VHS review of it, because I don't think there's too much I can say about it, other than, of course, it being what it did to help autistic children. Came out in the early 2000s, Electro. So yeah, it's oldish, but not that old. It's not as old as Thomas, for example. Justin Fletcher, that's right, that's his name. He's the presenter. Yeah, it was a useful show. Yeah, as I said, that's his name. Please come. You know what? I think we'll finish this stream with my Class 35 putting a freight train, as the Class 35s were mixed traffic engines and hauled freight trains as well. I reckon my Class 35 would look good pulling a long freight train. VHS of Andy Pandy? I have considered that, but I don't think I will now. Sandbags a lot? Yeah. Yeah, it is a very slow-paced show. Anyway, so getting back to the Class 21's Electro, let's see if I can find an image of one of it having an engine fire. Okay, I can't find any images of it having engine fires here, but rest assured, Electro, the Class 21's did belch out a lot of smoke and flames from their engines. Does that sound Does that sound too... So do the Class 21s sound too dangerous for BR to have had in service, Electro, because of their tendency to catch on fire and belch out so much smoke? Would you consider the Class 21s too dangerous for BR to have introduced to service? That's mainly why I think the Class 21s are the worst diesels BR ever produced, because they were simply too unsafe. It's over already? What are you talking about, time, lads? But yeah, Electro, do you agree that the Class 21s were too unsafe for BR to have had in service? Maybe I'll do a video about the Class 21s and why I think they're the most unsafe diesels they ever had. That's fine, Neon. Just talking a bit more about how unsafe the Class 21s were and how they tended to catch on fire. Might do a video about why I think they were the most unsafe diesels, BR era diesels. They needed to have a cataract converter as well as a muffler to be better. It needed a redesign. Absolutely, Electro. The engine, the Class 21's engine absolutely needed a redesign. The engine it was fitted with was simply too flawed. As you said earlier, an experimental engine that just had too many flaws. They were experimental locomotives with too many flaws. Alright, Rob, thanks for coming. See you next week. But yeah, Neon, I was just talking a bit more about that. And now I've got the Duchess running. Towards the end of the stream, as Neon, I've decided I'm going to run my Class 35 with a freight train, as the Class 35s were freight engines as well. They were mixed traffic engines. Oh, you mean over? No, it's still not over. I'm going to go for another 37 minutes, time, lads. But yes, Electro, I do believe, Neon Electro, I do believe the Class 21s were too unsafe to have in service, to have ever been put into service. It is a shame. No, Pokemon, I'm going to keep going until 10:30. It was a shame, Neon, but what was an even bigger shame was how these crappy diesels replaced perfectly fine steam engines, perfectly fine and already proven steam engines, especially the BR Standard series, which at the time were the most advanced and most powerful steam locomotives out there. And had steam kept on being around, steam technology would easily have been refined further. Just as diesel and electric technology has been refined further. When everyone is the same. 34. Very close to what I had. And it stopped again. The tenders come off. Alright, let's swap engines now. Even though my Dean Goods isn't a passenger engine, clue is in its name, Dean Goods, we'll just have it pulling these coaches, because why not? Right. And it's not powerful enough, because of course it is. Oh, hold on. Got it set the wrong way. Come on, you can do it. And it stopped. It's short-circuited. Come on, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Oh, it doesn't have enough. The Dean just doesn't have enough grip. My Dean just doesn't have enough grip. You know what? Actually, you know what? It's going to take a while for me to set up the freight train. I do want to give the Class 35's freight train, and I do want to give it a good few laps. So, let's set up the Class 35's freight train now. And then we'll finish. And then, as I intended to, we'll finish this stream with the star of the show, putting a freight train, a job it was also intended for. Nanny Spanky. I'm sorry. Right then. Fox TV VHS, I see. Couple? Oh. Hang on a sec. Andy Pandy Spandy. Andrew Pandrew. Andrew Pandrew. Andrew. Andy Pandy Span. We accidentally fall on them. Hold on, guys, I'm trying to find one of my green trucks. There's a green truck in here somewhere. Oh, it was on the tracks already. Oh dear. Andy Pandy. Andy Pandy. Andy Pandy. Wagon repairs. Andy Pandy and Tech. Pardon me. Andy Pandy. Just a moment, everyone. Just snakes. This particular truck often derails, so we'll leave that one off this particular train for now. Anyway, total bullshit. Total bullshit entertainment. Experience Cock Manor. Total bullshit entertainment. Total bullshit. Total bullshit entertainment. Total bullshit entertainment. Oh, and the couplings are tangled. Is everyone still there? Shunting fucks and poorly freight. It slurs. Red and green and brown, blue. Right, we'll get this train underway in a mo. They don't care, they're after you. That's who their forest. That's who their forest. 6 to 8. Shouting violent slurs. Oh, why am I even seeing that? Violent slurs. My VHS tapes on Neon and Electro are still there. WeBuyAnyCar.com. What the hell am I even thinking about anymore? The cement wagon at the back. Cement. There we are. Talk to TVSV. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Right, not including brake van, 21 wagons. Oh, wrong way. Oh, and it's left half the train behind immediately. Third time, yeah. Oh, again. Let's just take this. Let's just take the total tanker off. Total bullshit. Let's just have 20 wagons minus the brake van. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, nice round number of. Oh. Too heavy for it to pull. Let's take a couple off. Too heavy for it to pull. Too heavy for it to pull. Can it pull 18 wagons? Oh, nearly. Take a look at my tuck. What's the time for you? 10:06. Let's take off the solar fuel one. Oh dear. Yeah, 17 should be fine for it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah. 17 will be fine. Oh dear. 17 should be fine for it to handle. Teletubbies. Oh, fudge. Oh, it left the brake van behind. Oh, that's a bit too much. I guess 16 is its maximum capacity for freight. Not even that. Come on, Vincent, you can do it. Get it going. Come on, Vincent, get going. There you go. Looks great with it looks great with freight wagons. Oh, and it's slipping again. Okay, it looks like it can't handle 16 round the corner at the back. Wait. Okay, you can go now. Oh, its wheels are just spinning. Me ads. Oh, come on. Get going. Oh, we have a derailment. That would probably explain part of the reason why it suddenly stopped. Yeah, seems that way, MLP fan. Oh, and the brake van's decided to derail. Oh shit. I'll just take off the cement wagon at the back as well. There we go. Come on. Oh, Little Robots is being copyright claimed now as well. That's a shame. Okay, it looks like it can... And it stopped. It looks like it got caught on the tunnel. Only for watching. Where have Leon and Electro disappeared to again? Diesel, 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 diesel. Oh, Electro's here. I'm trying to get my class 35 to pull a freight train at the moment, Electro, but it's struggling on the corner at the very back. I think part of the problem is that there's a very slight gradient over here caused by my rising carpets. And once it gets on the gradient, it can't handle. Trying to get to bed because you have college tomorrow? Okay, just let me know when you need to get off to sleep, Electro. Let's see if my N2 can bank the Class 35. There we go. That's more like it. That is more like it. Yeah, that seems to be working. Yeah, that sorted it. Hospital tomorrow in the morning? Oh, are you worrying about your appointment, Neon? Is that why you haven't been around much? Because you're worrying about your appointment? If so, I totally get it. Yeah, just having the Class 35 pull freight train at the moment with N2 banking. Oh shit, we got a derailment. There we are. Back on. Just to check my retina. Oh yeah. He'll be fine. Just a bit of it's just bumping about. Just lots of bumping. Oh no, everything's coming off. Won't notice I'm there. You saw the Lion King musical today? Awesome. Pardon me. Back in September 2014? Cool. Okay. Come on. Let's get going, you two. Get going, you two. Get going, you two. Get going, you two. What's wrong with you? Yeah, every time the Class 35 stops, it just gives it a nudge. The N2 just gives it a nudge. Cyborg. Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.